All right, now show me your version of Oldtown.
My version of Oldtown, well, you know, we got the Chinese gardens right here. This is a very, very special and tranquil place.
Which is kind of
Yeah.
in the middle of like what is considered the most chaotic part of Portland. You have this thing here.
Well, look at it. It's fenced in. I mean, even just looking at it from the sidewalk right here, you're like, oh shit, what is this place? It's got a whole fence around it. And a lot of times, you know, there's a lot of...
Do not let them tell you it's dead. Like any big city, you can always point at a place where everything began. For Portland, it's this place, Oldtown, Chinatown. The city's very first neighborhood and certainly its oldest. 150 years ago, this place had a saloon for every 40 residents. Immigrants of Japanese, Irish, Scandinavian, German, and of course Chinese descent made up much of the population. Since the first day, this part of town has seen it all. Growth, debauchery, riches, greed, heartbreak, rebirth, failure, opportunity, the largest concentration of houseless transients, and now a movement that, if successful, will once again transform the way most of the city looks at this neighborhood. To do this, you need the forces of young, driven, and resourceful humans like my dear friend Natalie Garcia.
Where are you from originally?
Originally, I am from Forest Grove, Oregon. That's where I was born and raised.
Forest Grove.
Forest Grove.
How did you end up here in Oldtown? Out of all places in Oldtown.
Because there is a max line that runs from Hillsboro to here. And so when I was a high schooler, there's nothing to do in Forest Grove. So me and my friends would hop on the max and get off here because this was like where all the cool people hung out.
What year is this?
Oh man, this was probably like 2009 to like 2011.
Okay.
Graduated high school in 2011, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you end up in the role that you're in right now? Because you're doing some work for the Oldtown Association, correct?
Yes. So I am a small business owner.
Right.
I have a vintage shop, and I started off 2 years ago looking for different flea markets and pop-ups I could be a part of.
Right.
And the first one I ever did was actually hosted here in Oldtown, Chinatown. And after my first experience with that, I met a lot of other local creatives that were doing similar things as me,
right,
who had a similar taste in fashion, similar style. And so after that experience, I just kind of felt like Oldtown was a place that housed a community of people that were really similar to me. And so I kind of felt at home, like this was the only spot that made me feel like I could connect to. You know, I've done a lot of other events, community events, flea markets and stuff like that in other neighborhoods in Portland, and there's no other events that are home to as many Black and brown and people of color as I experienced here in Oldtown.
What do you think that is?
For anyone outside of this city, this might not seem like such a big deal. However, for people like myself and Natalie here, there's a certain kinship that exists within these small pockets of community. This might be Chinatown, but there aren't any Chinese residents here. Well, outside of the very few Chinese food joints struggling to hold on. If you aren't already here, you really want to understand this place. At least not from the outside. But for those that are vested, those that see it as more than just a neighborhood with cheap rent and attainable art spaces, this place is everything.
Oldtown is considered one of the most sketch parts of Portland. What's given it that reputation, especially right now?
So there's a couple of different factors. The fact that we're so close to the train station.
Right.
The fact that we have a lot of different organizations that are doing amazing work here, but they are the resources that a lot of the houseless community goes to.
All within this radius.
Yeah, it's all within the same radius. So you combine the train station with the resources, and the fact that the city is, very much kind of not providing as much resources and help as they should be to an area like this. It kind of is a recipe to create
This chaos.
this environment that allows people who are not always the safest to kind of run free and do as they wish.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
This is maybe a big question, but in Natalie's perfect world of what Oldtown looks like, what does that look like?
In my perfect world, Oldtown is a place where the existing businesses that have been anchors in this community are thriving, are successful, are the mentors and the inspiration for other small business owners like me to be able to come here and continue to take up all these empty spaces that are available to us. It takes a lot of people working together. It takes a lot of people trusting each other, trusting that, one part of the team has the best interest for the other part of the team.
Right. That is a lot of trust.
Yeah, it's a lot of trust. And it's coming from a place where we're kind of starting from the bottom,
Right.
I think that there's been a lot of things that have damaged some of the relationships that should be strong. And that's unfortunate.
So how do you fix that?
I think you fix that by just reaching out your hand and being like, hey, we're here. Me specifically, I'm here. I'm here to help you coordinate whatever it is you want to coordinate. Provide any kind of support it is that you need from me. If there's any way I can help you find resources or help you put something together that you want to put together, I think that's what it's going to take. And what it's going to take is that other person that I'm reaching my hand out to grab my hand and be like, all right, I trust your intention.
Right.
I trust that you're genuine, and thank you. I'm gonna work on that, and I'm going to feel like I can approach you with my ideas.
Do you see it happening?
I see it slowly starting to happen. That's for sure. There's definitely some amazing individuals in this community, and I see the beginning of it. I think that going into the summertime, there's going to be a lot of amazing things that happen in this neighborhood, and I'm hoping that it'll create the foundation for what's to come in the following months and in the following years.
Call it a vibe, call it good energy, call it optimism, call it hope. I want to believe that this part of the city will look much different in 5 years. That one day I will walk over to Oldtown and be simply annoyed by the number of hipster bars and influencer-friendly restaurants up and down these streets. Sure, by that point, those once affordable galleries will be long gone and replaced by whatever is happening in that bougie-ass neighborhood 3 blocks west of this part of town. Take a good look at this place. Admire it for what it is and respect the people that will make it what it will one day be.